Hi there. So today we are going to talk about service temperatures for enjoyment of wines. Now you might wonder what the fuss is all about, because why is it so important to have the exact right service temperature for wines and so on and so forth. But I just want to remind you all that when it comes to all other beverages, whether it's tea, whether it's Coke, whether it's beer, you always respect the right service temperatures for these drinks. So why can't we respect the same needs for wine? Wine too, like all other beverages, needs to be consumed at the ideal and its optimum service temperature. What's fun is that it actually differs across red, white and sparkling. So let's start first with the red wine. What is important to remember about a red wine is that when the Europeans coined the word serve red wine at room temperature, they actually meant European room temperatures, which typically hover around anywhere between 17 to 18 degrees. They seldom ever exceed 20 degrees Celsius. So in tropical climates like ours, which typically start at 22 degrees upwards, serving a warm red wine can be almost always detrimental to its intrinsic quality and its intrinsic taste. It's very, very important to be able to cool down your reds before consuming them. So the ideal service temperature for reds, depending on whether it's a light bodied, which can be served slightly cooler, as compared to a fuller bodied that needs to be slightly warmer, but can range anywhere between 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. When it comes to white wines, they actually need to be consumed slightly colder than your red wines. So if you are storing your white and your red wines in a same wine chiller, which is, let's say, set at about 12 degrees Celsius or even 15 degrees Celsius, by the time you take your white wine bottle out, it may be too warm to put in a glass. So what might be a fast, clever way to chill it down? The best way to do it is in an ice bucket. Okay, so it's always worthwhile to have an ice bucket ready at hand. And I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of how to chill your wine effectively in an ice bucket. So the easiest thing to do is take the ice bucket, and as most of us do, you fill it almost 2/3. So that's a lot of ice there. Now I have noticed that a lot of people tend to make this little faux pas, little mistake, which is try and shove this bottle through the ice, which is always a bit of a challenge. And then if you have a lazy bartender, he's probably just going to leave this bottle there, and actually this ice is not even doing its job. So the smartest thing to do really, and the right thing to do, is to quickly pour some water with the ice. This does two things. One, it makes it easier. It actually makes it easier to put the bottle in. And more importantly, it also acts as a conductor to take the heat out of the bottle and melt the ice, which actually then ends up cooling your bottle of wine faster. So you won't believe this, but if you actually chill down a bottle of wine like this in an ice bucket, it'll chill it down in less than 7 minutes, and you will be ready to serve your wine. Coming back to sparkling wines have to be served super chilled. So really you're looking at 6 to 8 degrees. But when I say 6 to 8 degrees, be warned, do not make the mistake of protecting and storing your sparkling wine bottles in a fridge. A refrigerator at home generally works at 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, which is way too cold. What it might end up doing is actually hardening the corks, and they may be actually difficult to pop open. Worse still, they may actually crack on the process of doing that. Something you may have noticed sometime if you have taken out a bottle out of the fridge. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do though is keep it in a wine cooler along with the rest of your wines, and just an hour maybe before you want to serve your sparkling wine, keep it in a freezer, chill freeze it down, or put it in an ice bucket for about an hour, and I can assure you your sparkling wine will be perfectly ready to be served at chill temperature between 6 to 8 degrees. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Sonal Holland Wine TV. And until then, enjoy your wines.